Good afternoon. This is Chris Brecher with a Simpler Stocks free video for July 14th, 2016. As you see, it's about 2 minutes after the close. I just did a bonus half-hour chat just to position people for earnings coming out tonight. Yum's coming out today, JP Morgan tomorrow morning, Delta tomorrow morning. So just so you know, today the market, very slow day. ES's 0, unchanged. Is that a surprise? We've been talking about Wednesday expiration. The market seems to be losing volatility with the new SPX weeklies. As you see, SPX up 0.27. Just a total non-event in there. Now what we have is you're going to have SPX Mondays coming out. So for SPX, just so you know, right now you have a weeklies that are on Wednesday, weeklies on Friday. Starting in August, you're going to have weeklies on Monday. So you'll have Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. There's going to be a ton to do, and we talk about it all the time on here. Even though it's simpler stocks, we're trying to find ways in any way to make money. And if we're looking to buy stocks we think are going to have massive breakouts, and you have a Wednesday where you have muted reaction, the breakouts are less likely to work. So just keep that in mind. That's the way I look at it in here. But you had in here the NASDAQ down 9. Little disappointment with the, Amazon's Prime Day. You had Facebook near its low, and we'll get into that in a minute. Interesting stuff in there. Russell down all of 330. Actually, it just sat selling off on the last 3 hours. It sat there. Bonds up a point, making back about half their loss yesterday. Gold up 880, making back half its loss. Crude oil getting pounded today. Other thing, advanced decline, moderately negative. First time in a week. Nikkei down a little. Transport's up for a very interesting reason. That basically the CSX came out with earnings an hour earlier. Check this out in the CSX. Right here, they came out, taking everybody surprised. Believe it or not, the transports were down before that came out. So now we'll see what happens with Delta tomorrow to see if the rails can stay up and if the transports, the airlines can stay up. The airlines have had a heck of a move. So where do we go from here? First thing I want you to realize in here is that certain stocks just didn't act right today. And that I always try to find out why they didn't act right. Now, because we're in a real, obviously in a tremendously strong market, maybe these won't work. But Facebook, when it crossed its ATR trailing stop at a 15-minute, just didn't have the same month the rest of the day. Now, what you got to understand about Facebook, there are some sites on Twitter that are saying that this Pokemon Go is hurting Facebook. Now, I can tell you from our perspective, our personal perspective in our household, my 16-year-old daughter has been posting less on Facebook and going all through her neighborhood trying to find Pokemons. So maybe there's some credence to it. The right, you have Amazon, disappointed about Amazon Prime Day. What I'm interested in is this ledge here. I love seeing ledges. You don't see very many of those in a big old bull market, but there's a ledge for you. Now, like I said, this doesn't mean it has to work when you're in a big old bull market, and they're less likely to work, but that is about as pretty a ledge as you'll see. Like I said, though, you've got to respect the overall market. The market's up 5 million points tomorrow. This is not going to work, just to give you an idea in here. Other things I'm watching here, ES's. Obviously, they stopped, like I said, because of the SPX. So now are they going to go up tomorrow because you don't have today's influence and worry about Friday's expiration, or are they going to, roll over? Now, I think the easiest thing to see in here is this. Put this on a daily chart on the ES's, and what you'll notice in here is, guess what? You got a doji. Usually when you get a big old rally, the first signs of exhaustion are an indecision candle, which you have today. I'm going to be very interested to see how it reacts tomorrow. Second thing in here I'm going to be watching is a 195 chart of the ES's. They're still not under their ATR trailing stop. They've been up, breaking it. First cross is always a false move. Well, very often is a false move, and then it's just kept on going. Now, 78 is a little different. We do a bunch of classes on the ATR trailing stop and what to make of them. As you see, since Wednesday, last Wednesday, it's been above it the entire time. Now what happens when you get this sort of tight range? believe it or not, you get a squeeze. So tomorrow is going to be a very interesting day in there, and I'm excited to see what happens in there. Now, if you're brand new to this site, brand new to even see these videos, I want you to realize what Simpler Stocks includes. It includes a chat room from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern. We got premium video, which is a lot more in depth than what I'm talking about now. You have a forum that's sort of a message board kind of communication between me and everyone else. We have meetups. We do one about once every 10 days. We're doing one next Wednesday just on chart patterns and just how to set up your screens. And then they go in a thing called our on-demand classes. A lot of people charge at least $99 for these. These are all free with your subscription. Look how many I've done in here. Just unbelievable the kind of value you get with your subscription. Other thing you get is email alerts. Every day I send out alerts of index and futures charts, stock trades and chart ideas, unusual options activity. I put out about 3 a week. The thing is, last 7 in a row have been winners. That's a pretty good percentage. I know there are other sites that spit out 50 a day, but the problem is there's so many you don't know which ones to look at. I try to find you the good ones, and so far so good. So I hope everybody's enjoyed this video. Like I hope you realize we have a 7-day, 30-day trial. And the other thing I wanted to mention, just a shout out to 2 of my good friends who a lot of times get on here as guest speakers. Bruce had a class last night on weekly cash flow trading. Really good class last night. The live trading is tomorrow for 2.5 hours. If you get a chance, try to sign up for that. His stuff's great. Other person that has really, really good stuff is Eric. Eric gets on here all the time. He has from 2-hour class tonight, Introduction to Think Script Volume 3. I talk to him all the time. His stuff is great. So if you get a chance, try to go to simplertrading.com and go to the options, the Introduction to Think Script. So I hope everybody's enjoyed this video. Have a great night. I will talk to you tomorrow.